So, hello again, and now I'm sorry I might do a little bit of a vlog here since that whole making of the Super Bowl spot kind of caught me off guard here today, but as it may, I've been wanting to do this for a couple days now, regarding Shop Factory and their Super Sentai releases. As you can tell, the series that helped inspire Power Rangers, but also its own unique entity. You know, need to consider that, yeah, it's got some updates there. Just probably silence my phone for a minute, and because of since I actually kind of like it, since the DVD's been out for a while, of Zyuranger and Ranger that I actually found myself enjoying the scenes with unofficial subs, and I think this official channel access series through now, and definitely going to plan ordering the sets along with some of the Rangers one as well. That's Sense Edition. And that is essentially the Kagu Ranger set head for that. And it's not just seeing all the costumes and fight words came from because it managed to tell its own unique stories, because apparently in Zyuranger there's a lot of cases and power struggles in there since. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but let's just cover the first 2 episodes, which quite different from MMPR in many ways. It turns out rather than the Megs were being introduced just right off the bat, that it turns out its counterpart, the Zyuranger, and actually had several episodes built up to its appearance. And actually, it's not in the Zords, or rather the Guardian Beasts are called there, to point out my view of this story, that not merely found given their earned since so much of the origin. And as a rule of thumb, I noticed that Pandora's definitely a lot meaner than Rita is or was that's given how it's one of the harm children her schemes that for instance Rita's more conquest based and definitely, and rather than being imprisoned for 10,000 years on the moon, it seems that in Zyuranger she was imprisoned on an alien planet for 170 million years. Quite a difference, I would say. And rather than being a bunch of teenagers added to, they are, or rather a bunch of five of a bunch of youths, they are a bunch of ancient warriors that once fought against Pandora, resurrected by the Master Barza, in order to fight her again. And with Tyrant Ranger Geki, he's kind of beat up shirts, kind of representing Crits account for the Red Ranger, Mammoth Ranger Goshi, I was looking at Triceratops Ranger Dan, and Terra Ranger May, and they ready for this? Turns out that the Yellow Ranger was male in their version, Tiger Ranger even called Boy, not making that up at all that's. And also, the monsters of the week in that version are actually based on actual mythologies. Is that the Minotaur monster, especially, is more based on a unique 1,000 mythology with a maze and everything, and also the Sphinx, of course, in his episode, Dora Sphinx that's the naming pattern of the monsters of Zyuranger. Is actually he uses the riddles in order to hit the children and prison them in trees to make way for a country club that we raised. And so as you can tell, it's very different from what we used to, but I actually kind of like the quality of how it works since it introduced me to a whole new world, and also predates the whole thing, and it's a whole, and also it goes back before Zyuranger even. That Go Ranger predates it's the idea of at least 16 years or so, and I'm no expert. The man who hosted the stream, August Ragone, I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. There's some clips getting in detail and actually go on also. And it's been released every time we evolves and some aspects, and in the case of Night Ranger, that's also every time Star Wars. It turns out that guy named Tommy, that's this pilot of the Miss Watch 2 Tire. I'm going to review the sword sometime soon, but don't worry that with how he's actually just a 10-year-old kid. I think we've only got once with Justin and go over well, even though I didn't find him as bad of this or the season, that's important right now. With And don't let the fact that he is a career technical for you when you get to Coastroy. He's actually, in my opinion, a brave fighter and a good friend to the Die Rangers. And I still like see what's with him because man, it's like we telling on Star Wars, and that's definitely how much appeal has to me. That it's very much. I mean, if put it this way, if Power Rangers consistently in TY7 for a while, then I'd make a guess that if they keep going with the Super Sentai things, that they put the thing at TVPGV, given how they had to tone a lot down the states, as I'm noticing, that's it, and not just, I mean, there's a few elements that actually did not make it into a version we got, but it's actually not that different than, say, the original Star Wars trilogy, where there's a Lost Ark in terms of tone, which I don't mind too much, and looking forward to continue with more releases, and also getting caught up on the subs, and Kaku Ranger apparently, the ones of the week are actually actual spirits called yokai, which, and also not talking about those little, little, little toddler things in yokai watch either, since these are actually, I mean, they may not be intentional like, say, Garo, or either the anime Tokusho, but they're definitely a lot meaner than they would be in since I'm on episode 3 of Kaku Ranger, and since apparently the Krabby Cabby, he was introduced later in MMPR, but basically he actually was an actual cab driver that got into an accident, and because of how cruelly the passengers were treating him, and also turns out the Shogun's orders were introduced first in Kaku Ranger as the Muteki Daishogun, and Ninja Megazord, which would be the Kakura Daishogun, actually got used later since we got the Vampires thing first in Ninja Quest War Harder, which has my pilots from movies may noticed, understand. And O Ranger, definitely much darker than even Zeo is, even very keen to head to close to home there, even if merchandise helps salvage it, and Car Ranger, a very silly show, Total Transforming series, and I could go on, but I haven't started Mega Ranger yet, and since this whole pantheon of things I can talk about, but I'll be playing more chances to it, I mean, how this goes, so definitely overall unique experience. Actually, when August said if they want to do more streams, the sponsors and fact, they actually went on my Twitter feed in order to, what I hadn't used in a while, to say that yes, do more, because I'd like to see more of this whole thing in a format where it's actually legal, and also, well, it's still a growing fandom here, even though it's been like an institution of Japan, saying that someone like Batman or Superman will be here, but even though YouTube is occasionally taken down the fan subs, as far as concerns, like, you're raising us for the show, more power to you, and Bandai is also very grateful for and Commune, they're the toy maker that helps back both series, and also they can, a lot of people often import Japanese mecha, Rangers, figures, and Henshin gear here, because of the interest in the whole thing, as you can see by channels like Collection DX and Shuken Shinobi, I almost pronouncing that wrong as well. So, that'll be it for now. Tell me what you think of this whole development, whether you're a toku enthusiast, just a fan of Japanese culture or media, or just a Ranger fan like me who wants to know where when their favorite childhood sessions came from. I mean, is introduced into a whole new world, standing on its own, and I'll see you all later.